Go Waller! We are Waller.
Good morning. Good to have you in here today. If you guys would all rise, stay standing till we finish. We're going to do the pledge, the flag salute, brief moment of silence. Orland, get that hood off. Thank you. All right, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oklahoma flag salute. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. The symbols of peace unite all people. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. And now the Waller Creed. I believe in the DeWitt Waller Middle School as an organization. All right, thank you. Please be seated. Have 3 reps up here today, 1 from each grade. I'm going to hand them the microphone. You guys be sure to get your eyes and ears on them, and we'll see what they have for you. Miss Anderson? Make sure you get their attention and introduce yourself first.
My name's Rebecca Anderson. I'm from the 7th grade. And my joke is, what's brown and sticky? A stick.
My name's Cheney Tucker, and I'm from the 6th grade. My joke is, why do golfers wear 2 pairs of pants? In case they get a hole in one.
I'm Devin from the 8th grade. What do you call a cow with 3 legs? Lean beef.
Devin, if anything, you get an A for effort and persistence. But this 6th grade, you betcha. Good job, Miss Tucker. Good job. All right, at this time, we're going to ask choir to come up on stage. Choir, the choir class, Mrs. Weaver's choir, is going to be our talent for today. All right, if you would join me in welcoming the choir, eyes and ears up front, and then we're going to start some music in the back, and we'll let them take the stage. Thanks, Miss Weavener. Thanks, choir. At this time, I want to ask Jacob Pearson to join me up here real quick. Jacob, are you here? Thanks, Jacob. Thanks again, choir. Thanks, Miss Weebner. I want to call Jacob up here. Some of you guys that were in his class the other day, Wednesday, before we got out of here, were able to hear a little bit of the story. I would ask Mrs. Kane, our counselor, to be up here as well, but she's in the office actually helping a new enrollee. So if you see her today, I want you to recognize her as well. But this past Wednesday here in the office, Jacob is an office aide. Is it 5th hour? Is that right, Jacob? 5th hour. Miss Lila, one of our secretaries, she was actually in there eating her lunch Thursday. And we were a man short, so she was eating in the office, trying to hurry up, trying to get some things done. She was eating a little too fast is what she said, and she was choking on a piece of food. Jacob noticed what was happening, went over there behind Mrs. Lila. She wasn't able to talk. She wasn't able to communicate at all. I mean, she was choking to death in the office. So he went behind her and began performing the Heimlich maneuver, which is when you come behind, you'll ball that fist up and begin pulling into in order to expel that out. He started that. Mrs. Kane, our counselor, saw what was going on, ran in the office, and she has been trained several times, and she's got a little background in that area, and actually got behind Miss Lila and was able to finish the maneuver. And she did spit up her broccoli and was able to continue breathing after that time. So if you see Miss Lila, I want you to again let her know how much we appreciate her, how much we're glad that she's here. You see Mrs. Kane, thank you for her heroic acts. And then one other thing I want you to understand what we've done as a district this year. We've started this new coin. And it's something we've taken from the military that we want to recognize people that go above and beyond the call of duty and perform some heroic acts. And think about what we talk about at Waller, that GTO mentality, that gives to others philosophy of it. If I see somebody else in need, I'm willing to stand up and help out. So I want you to join in recognizing me. Join with me in recognizing Jacob and Mrs. Kane for their heroic acts. They were both presented with a coin from one of our superintendents this past Wednesday, but I want to let you guys know what's going on. So please give a round of applause for Jacob Pearson. Thanks, Jacob. Pearson, something special. Jacob, come on up here with me real quick. Just want to take some time to recognize Jake, and I don't know if you guys have got a chance to hear yet. Jake's an office aide for us, and in the office today, Miss Lila was eating her lunch, but while eating her lunch, she started choking, and she couldn't communicate. And you want to tell the rest?
I saved her life because I performed the Heimlich, and I saved her life.
She couldn't breathe, she couldn't talk, she couldn't do anything. Jacob was there to recognize it, stood up and acted right away. Jumped up and helped her, and right now she's alive, she's doing well. We sent her home for the rest of the day to recover, but just want to take the time to recognize Jacob and his efforts. And Mrs. Howell from Central Office, one of our superintendents, is here to congratulate you.
Jake, we're really proud of you, and so I wanted to give you something. We've established an award in the district for anybody who acts unselfishly to help other people. And when Mr. Beauchamp told me what Jake did today, it was important to come out and recognize him for that. There's a tradition in the military that when commanders see their troops doing something really exceptional that meets the mission, then they give them a coin. Have you guys ever heard of that or ever seen any military coins that have ever been given? Some of you are shaking your head, yes? Okay, good. So we've established that for the district, and we've only given out just a very, very few. And so Jake, you're one of the first people, you're the first student to receive one of these coins. So I want to give you a coin today. And thank you very much for being so unselfish and caring.
Jake, thank you. Thank you, guys. Sorry to interrupt your class, but I thought that was pretty important. I hope you guys would recognize you. We just got done. We interrupted Tyler's class and Tyler's dad, Jacob's class, and presented him and recognized him for his efforts. And wanted to do the same thing for you. And Melanie's going to kind of talk about the new thing we've got in place here in Enid. Thank you for acting quickly and decisively, and helping serve things like that.
My pleasure. Julianne, we're really thankful that you did what you did today and acted so unselfishly. And so we've established the coins in the district, and this is based on a military tradition. When we ever send troops in the field doing something that meets the mission, then they will reward with a coin. And so I wanted to reward you with a coin today for just being right there on the spot and doing the right thing for the service. Thank you very much.
I don't know how many is a district. I think it's pretty minimal, but we only two everyone actually. First staff member of all our was the first student. We just went in and had a little ceremony in his classroom.
Well, see, we got video.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, thank you.
Miss Ashcraft, thanks for putting that together. And again, Jacob, thank you. If you see any of those three today, make sure you go out every way to give them a special thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask our NJHS officers to come on stage, please. And I believe you guys have a video ready, Carol, or are we just going to talk? Okay. You guys can use that far mic down there, right there. All right, NJHS is going to talk to you. Next week is Red Ribbon Week, and they're going to tell you a little bit about the history behind it, but also the activities that they have planned for next week's events. Thank you, guys.
Play the video? Okay. Congratulations to Miss Glover's advisory class. They won the advisory awards. Their slogan was Team Up Against Drugs. And they have won a Red Ribbon Week pencil and candy.
This year's days takes place during the week of Monday, October 27th through Thursday, October 30th. Monday is Western Day. The slogan is "We give drugs the boot." Dress up as in your Western gear, cowboy or cowgirl or something like that. School appropriate. Tuesday is Sports Day. Thank you, Miss Glover's class. The slogan is "Team Up Against Drugs." Dress up as your favorite sports team or any type of team. Wednesday is Neon Day. The slogan is "Too bright to do drugs." Wear all your neon clothes. Thursday will be Red Day. This year's national slogan is "Love yourself, be drug free." Support Red Ribbon Week by wearing all of your red clothes that you can. There will be a first, second, and third place winner for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. You'll have prizes each day.
These prizes are really cool. We're going to have one each day, like she said. We have mini basketballs, footballs, and soccer balls, bracelets, pencils, cups, water bottles. We have... All right.
Ro, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, he's ready. Eyes and ears on him.
We also have fanny packs and balsa wood airplanes. We will be giving those out at Red Ribbon Week.
Your advisory classes are currently working on door decorations for Red Ribbon Week. Doors need to be completed by 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, October 29th. They will be judged by us, and the winner will be given a prize.
really tall. Okay. Next Monday, advisory teachers will hand out our Red Ribbon Week bracelets to each student that will wear all week long. Students that are still wearing their Red Ribbon Week bracelets on Friday will be entered to win a Red Ribbon Week gift basket.
Can you play the video?
Just come over here. Get out of the way. You want to see it?
Enrique Camarena was a Drug Enforcement Administration agent who was tortured and killed in Mexico in 1985. Agent Camarena believed that one person would make a difference. His sacrifice serves as a catalyst to encourage others to make a visible commitment to eradicating drug abuse from our homes, schools, communities, and nations. The National Family Partnership and its network of individuals and organizations continue to deliver this message of hope to millions of people every year.
Thank you.
Thank you, NJHS. We will continue to promote that so you guys know what's going on next week. It'll be on those morning announcements, but you've got a week to prepare for those days next week. Again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they've got those designated days. Friday will be that zombie run day. And again, if you're participating in that zombie run, you're going to be allowed to wear whatever type of costume that if you want to wear a costume that day, you sure can. Got some guys with their hands on each other. It's kind of making me real uncomfortable in the middle. Everybody's eyes and ears should be up here. Eyes and ears should be up here. Roy, thank you. Got over half of us have already signed up for that, so we're going to have some really good numbers. Just want to touch base on making sure you guys are aware. We're still taking those forms for the next 2 weeks. They have talked about ordering some more T-shirts. If you get your registration in the next 2 weeks, it's just not going to be guaranteed to be here on race day. So do know if you're still turning in those forms. I'll take them when we're done today. and they will continue to come pick those up in your advisory. If you're looking for a sponsorship or scholarship, all you need to do is speak with your teacher and get that piece of paper and fill those things out. So if you have any questions on sponsorship or scholarship opportunities, be sure to talk to your specific teacher, and we can answer all those questions. Like we talked about the other day, a bunch of different things planned that day outside the race, with activities and speakers and competitions, and the people coming from around town to do demonstrations for you guys as well. Those of you that will be in the class, we're going to have a bunch of targeted interventions, specific things ready for you academically. So no matter if you choose to go outside or if you want to stay in, there's going to be some things that we're going to make it a great day for you. We're going to target everything that you need if you're here in this building academically in those core content areas, and offer some specific things because we'll have less numbers in your classroom. We'll be able to really target some of those individual weaknesses that you guys have been working on here in the classroom, and then outside, our sole focus will be that health, nutrition, education stuff. So looking forward to that. I want to call to the stage Miss Paul, Mrs. Kane, and that pros team right now as they're getting ready. I want to ask Mrs. Fitzgerald, and we have some members of the Enid Fire Department here to recognize a couple people in our building today.
Where are my kids? Colby, Mary, Jake, Haley.
As those guys come to get ready, we're going to ask Mrs. Fitzgerald to take the microphone and make a brief announcement real quick. Kind of follow up and we'll go.
Good morning. We are so happy to be here this morning at Waller with representatives of our Enid Fire Department who help keep us safe. And they are here this morning to recognize someone who was a hero. We've talked a little bit about it this morning, but we certainly want to recognize Jake and Mrs. Kane again this morning. And at this time, I would like to introduce Fire Marshal Helm and Assistant Chief Burkhart to make this presentation.
Hi, are you Jacob? Ken Helms, very nice to meet you. And Julianne? Thank you. Enid Fire Department's been around, officially organized in 1902. So about 12 years ago, in 2002, we celebrated our 100th anniversary, our centennial. And as part of that, we decided it was time for a little upgrade on our uniforms, and so we designed a new patch. The fire service has changed, of course, in that 100 years a lot. We do a lot of different things than they did in 1902. We do them differently, different equipment, that sort of thing. But we wanted to reflect that in our uniform and in our patch. So it reflects not only that we respond to fires, but to hazmat, hazardous materials incidents. We do rescue from car wrecks and things like that, and emergency medical services. So that's all reflected in our patch, but we also included our department's motto, which is saving life and property since 1902. Notice that says life first and then property second. Life is the most important part of it, and so that's our primary mission. And from what I understand, the two of you had an incident recently where you had the opportunity to recognize a life-threatening situation and respond to it quickly and appropriately. And because of that, we want to recognize that. We've got a couple of plaques here for you that include this patch on the plaque. If I could have one, Bill. Let's see. It says, Enid Fire hereby recognizes Julianne Kane, and the other one, Jacob Pearson, for courageously providing our fire chief, Joe Jackson, who couldn't be here this morning. But Julianne, this is for you. Thank you. Of our fire chief, Joe Jackson, who couldn't be here this morning, but Julianne, this is for you. Thank you.
It's Enid Fire Department. We thank you guys for everything you do on a daily basis, and thank you for being here today. Right now, Mrs. Kane and Mrs. Paul and Mrs. Finley and some students, they were selected to go to a pros training, and they're going to talk a little bit about that, and I'll just turn it over to them.
Okay, so on October 1st, we went to Oklahoma City, and these 4 kids up here, and then Ms. Schmaus, Ms. Paul, and Ms. Finley, and I went to this peer mediation program. These kids learned how to set up a program and run it, so we're going to do a little, explain a little bit of it, and then do a little demonstration for you. So here's Colby, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what we did.
Hey, my name's Colby. I'm in 7th grade. A couple of weeks ago, Miss Finley, Mrs. Paul, Mrs. Mouse, and Mrs. Kane took Mary, Jake, Haley, and I to Oklahoma City for a program put on by the Oklahoma Supreme Court and hosted at the Bar Association. We left at 7:30, went to a 3-hour training, had lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, and came back right before school let out. We learned how to be peer mediators. And here's Mary Mosley to explain a little bit about what peer mediation actually is.
Hi. Peer mediation is a program that teaches strategies to young adults to help them deal with conflicts in a positive and constructive manner. When a conflict arises between 2 students, 2 peer mediators will help them find a compromise that is likable for both students. Here is Jacob Pearson to explain the benefits of peer mediation.
A peer mediation program can decrease violence and fighting, reduce name-calling and put-downs, decrease the number of suspensions, increase self-esteem and self-respect among peer mediators, enable teachers to deal more effectively with conflicts, and improve school environment among other benefits to students, teachers, and the community.
All right, well, since we cannot figure this out, we have 2 options. We have principal's office or peer mediation. What do you want to do? Peer mediation. What do you
First, let's start off with the basic. Respect each other, no name calling or put downs. Do not interrupt each other talking. Remain seated. Work towards a solution. Be honest as you can. Keep everything confidential. Everything must stay between us and not be talked about outside of this session.
Okay, Haley, do you agree to these rules and will try in good faith to find a compromise?
Yes.
Do you agree to these rules?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we are currently taking applications for those who would like to be a peer mediator. And for more information, if you'll stop by Mrs. Kane's office, and she'll give you more details and more information. And we look forward to encouraging everyone for a positive way to solve problems. Thank you.
Colby.
Thank you guys for that presentation. Thank you for taking some time to go out and get trained on that. Had a busy little assembly this morning. Got a bunch of stuff going on. The fire department was in here today, so we're about 4 minutes over. What we're going to do is have those 7th grade teachers head back. We're going to dismiss those 7th graders for a little bit. Full week. You guys had a 3-day week last week. Got to be rested up, ready to go. We're going to knock that dust off you, that rust off you, and get after it today. So have a great day. Go Waller. We are Waller? Heck yeah, we will. It's going to be a good Monday.